government talking about how appalled they are about gangland crime, you can't help but feel the hypocrisy of that when you look at things like this being cut for young people. Because of course, as one mother put it, some of these kids, if this project isn't reinstated, might be carrying guns in a year or two. But because of this project, they've been kept away from that kind of stuff. And that's, but it's people like those in the Oasis project who are now fighting, and I just want to give a plug for this. There's a demonstration on Sunday at 1 o'clock at the church wall, and there's a number of other similar projects, by the way, have been cut in recent weeks, and we're going to fight to try and get that project back. It's a small thing, but I can tell you it's symptomatic of what's going on more generally. We have all these weasel words and pretense of concern, but actually hammering the people on the ground and doing the very things that then the government will decry when they say, look at this crime spree and so on, but they are actually creating the conditions from which this sort of stuff goes. And I don't want to go on too long, because I know people are here for music and they don't want to, especially after all these horrible political debates that have gone on the last few weeks. But the thing that's behind that is quite shocking, because it's not just a nasty cut. But what is actually running behind it is the extraordinary move at the moment by this government to privatise everything. Yep. Everything, okay? And what is behind the cut to the Oasis project is that they've decided to introduce competition and market mechanisms into the provision of community services. Okay, so we've got to have competition. You have a thing that works, it's of the community, it's for the community. Well, that's gone because we need competition. We need the market. And of course, this is the problem in little things, and it's the problem in big things, is the greed for profit over people, over communities, that they even want to privatise something as basic as a project like this, but of course it blows up into the big things, doesn't it? They want to take our seafront, they want to take our water, they tried to take our forests, but the people rose up and fought back. They've destroyed the Middle East in the pursuit of this stuff because they want to grab the resources, and the people of Syria and Iraq have been devastated. And it all comes from that same common root of people that think the profit, the sort of sociopaths who have no empathy for human beings, who are just in a lust for power and profit and don't understand about human beings and about society and about dignity for those human beings. So that's really what we're trying to battle for, is to say, yeah, people come first. And that's why it starts with the little local thing, and I really hope people will come out on the streets on Sunday to support the Oasis project and all the community projects that at this moment are being cut. But you're going to have a busy weekend, because I also want to encourage you to go into town to march on Saturday, because there's going to be a huge march on Saturday at 2 o'clock at Parnell Square, where the people who have started to rise up in this country over the last year or two, after being battered into the ground with unfairness for the last 7 or 8 years, have started to rise up and say no. And that is going to be manifest on the streets this Saturday, again at 2 o'clock on Parnell Square. And this is a campaign, election campaign fundraiser, but I can tell you, getting somebody elected, as important as it is at one level, is nothing compared to the movement and the power of the people. And that's what we need. To change this country, and we have a historic chance to do it, we need all of you. We need you on the streets on Saturday. We need you backing the Oasis project. We need people working and standing together to fight against every injustice, every inequality. And I think there has never been a better time for that now. The people of this country are hungering for that sort of fairness and equality and solidarity. So let's seize the day. I think we have that opportunity. Let's seize the day over the coming weeks and months, and let's change this country and realise the ideals of 1916.
voucher for t-shirts.
You wouldn't do that, John, would you?
I was sitting behind Richard there, listening to him, and I realised I was nodding all the time. And then I was thinking about, you know, when you watch the House of Commons or the Dog, the fellas behind the all going, oh. But Richard spoke about the Oasis project, and he spoke about Dave Hennessy and his colleagues who are here tonight. And I've known Dave for maybe 10 or 12 years, and I've seen what he's put into that Oasis project, and I'm aware of the fact of the way he was shafted, so cruelly shafted, in a community where he was doing amazing work. And certainly I pledge my support to the Oasis project. And, and this is a song I'm going to sing specially for Dave, because it wasn't on the list of songs we practiced, but we're going to do it anyway, because I didn't know Dave was here tonight. But apart from the Oasis project, Dave has another project, ongoing project, which takes him to Anfield every second week. Where he's seeking after, I don't know how many decades it was since the one anthem, but Dave, this song is special for you. It's called Does This Train Stop on Merseyside? Mackenzie's soul lies above the ground in that pyramid near Maryland. EasyJet is hanging in the air, flying everybody everywhere. See the slave ship sailing into port, the blood of Africa's on every wharf. Famine boats are anchored in the bay, bringing in the poor and desperate. Hey, does this train stop? Does this train stop on Merseyside? Hey, does this train stop? Does this train stop on Merseyside? Alan Williams in the Marlborough Arms, he gives a story out to everyone. The famine boats are anchored in the bay, bringing in the poor and desperate. I can't believe what those children done. Guess there's a meanness in the soul of man. Yorkshire policemen stand with folded arms as people try to save their fellow fans. Hey, does this train stop? Does this train stop on Merseyside? Hey, does this train stop? Does this train stop on Merseyside? Stop on the Merseyside.